All right, apologies for the noise in the background. That's the ultrasonic cleaner going. So I've got another lens. This is the second version. First version was just wrong sizing. Well, I changed some of the sizing. This was the first time I cut this out. Sizing was a bit off. Basically what it was I adjusted things so that I could use a 1/4 inch bit in the CNC, because cutting the entire sign out with an 1/8 inch bit would have taken way too long. So, but fits in there nicely. So I think what I'm going to have to do, and you can see that it's recessed in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out again. I'm going to do another test cut, because I want to make a full mock-up of just one score. I had to stop this one because this is just a piece of scrap plywood, and there's a nail in there that it was hitting, so I don't feel like digging that out. And I just wanted to get the sizing for this, make sure this was right. So I'll cut out a full mock-up, print the lenses, and then start modeling the housing for the lights. I don't know if I've talked about these. These are the light modules I'll be using. So 2 of these is about a watt worth of light, and 2 of them should fit in there. I'm gonna have to figure out the height that these are gonna sit at, because obviously I can't have them too close, because then you end up with, it's not diffuse. You know, you end up with the little points of light. So I'll have to figure out the height for them to sit at. And actually what I think I may end up doing is basically doubling this recess so that the lens fits inside of there, and then I have this top recess that the housing for these then sits on, and then a couple of screws on the side to hold the housing on, and then that way that'll help light leakage and stuff. If the housing for these is sitting inside of this a little bit, I lose a little bit of the recess, but yeah, otherwise it has to sit on the surface, and I may get some light leaking, and yeah, which may or may not be a big deal. Right now the HDPE, which is what I'm planning on using for the final version, is supposed to be white. That's what was decided on. I think it should be black, but since this is painted, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out another one, like I said, a full mock-up, and I'm going to test it white, and we'll see what it looks like. I'll take some video, show it to the person I'm doing this for, and then see what they say. But you know, if you look at scoreboards, they're all black. So I think I think it needs to be black. So I'll test it with the white, and then I'll paint it, and then paint it black, and then test it that way, and then see what we get.